Okay, so the PS5 has a feature now where you can, when you have your controller plugged in through USB into the system, you can disconnect Bluetooth from the controller in the system. So this is a really big thing for, PS5 made sure to say esports tournaments, because I know during fighting games there's a whole lot of worry of people who leave without disconnecting their controllers, especially when you're like in a huge tournament and you have to find whoever it is that did this.
I think it's a pretty good move because I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the main reasons why they implemented this new feature because of tournaments. And I'm pretty sure Sony and whoever Capcom, they were like, hey man, look, this has been an issue. People out here trying to do these, the game winning combo, and then somebody, like, what do you do? Do you disqualify this person? Do you let it go on from where it was? Do you restart the match? So I'm guessing with you being able to turn off the Bluetooth, that means that you have to use a USB for the controller, which I'm assuming. I know PlayStation 4 had a function where you could switch it to cable mode, and I think a lot of people are saying that like it reduced the amount of lag with the input. So I mean, honestly, to me, that's a win-win. If you plug it up, it's less lag with the inputs, and you reduce the risk of somebody, interrupting the match. I think it's a win-win. That way you won't have any issues. And again, like Rex, he just said, like somebody turns on their controller, now you in the venue, like who did it? Like we got to find the person to turn it on. Now we don't know, so that'll get rid of all that confusion and stuff. I've seen multiple times, multiple tournaments where people, press the home button, even sometimes the start. But I haven't really looked at the controller that much, the PS5 remote. And I think the buttons are about in the same place, but I know sometimes not alone just the home button, but also the start button will be an issue. People get, too heavy handed and they press the start button as well. But I think that's a good thing with them implementing this, being able to turn off Bluetooth, because yeah, I would hate to be the person in a match about to win, and then somebody connects their controller. I'm like, I got to play this match again. Like, what are we gonna do from here? So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really good thing. I've been in that kind of position before where I've been playing a match, and I've been in the middle of doing a combo, and I've had somebody. Then all of a sudden, the screen goes blue, and then it says, "Oh, which account are you trying to use?" It's like, which character person is playing? It's like, are you kidding? It's like, who did this? Who did this? Go find them. And they spent like, and it's not like you can just like, number one, it's not like it's like really like it's like an easy fixed solution where you can just like immediately like cancel it out with another controller. You got to go find who did it, and then after that, at that point, it's like, okay, we found the person who did it, we fixed it, whatever. But now we gotta like we got what do we do with the match? Like sometimes like you might have to start the match over, or you might have to continue. Either way, even if you start the match over or you continue from where you left off, either way, man. I mean, it like your groove is completely broken. Like your whatever flow you were in before, it's completely broken. Now it might not be so bad for the person you were beating up on. Like it's pretty good for them because they get a reprieve. But for you, you're just kind of like, oh man. But I mean, but in both situations, either way, like you kind of had your concentration broken. Both on both sides, you're just kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, what just happened here? This guy forgot to like unsync his controller, when in reality that really shouldn't be a problem in the first place. Like they should never have done it that way where it just kind of interrupts whatever you're doing if somebody connects the controller. That was not a great idea. That was I don't know what exactly was the logic behind that, because I mean, what they probably should have done is just made it so it's a queue up system. So whoever connects first is player one. Whoever connects up second is player two, and then player three and player four up to whatever max amount of people could connect to the console is, whether it be four, whether it be eight, whatever. So like that, I think they would have been better off doing it like that, and then giving people the option. You press the button, go pick a profile after the fact. But it's like they're so I don't know why they were so adamant on being like, okay, you connected a controller, you have to attach the controller to an account that's on the system, or you have to sign in as a guest. That is important. It's 100% needed and necessary. Why? What exactly does that accomplish other than make it more tedious for people to connect the controllers to the system? It's just annoying. It was just super annoying, frustrating, and Unfortunately, when people are trying to play fighting game tournaments, it just makes things a lot more difficult and very, very, very inconvenient for the unlucky person who happens to be playing a match on a console where somebody forgot to unsync their controller when that should never have been an issue in the first place.
Woo! Gentlemen, you guys continually impress me. I'm glad to be around like men like you, except for Rex, because he think wings taste less, wings don't taste as good as pizza, and that's obviously false.
Oh
no! So we're not gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna take
she was
shots.
dropped on your tongue as a child, man.
we
agreed that we would be gentlemanly. Right? How do you even get dropped on your?
Yo, we were having some nice conversations. We had to bring up a hot button topic like that.
Cool.
You got lips and teeth right in front of you.
All right, all this is gone. Your tongue just fell out. Okay. All right, Rex. All right. Ah, man. Was it a thoughtless design flaw? Did they not put thought into it? How does it happen when it affects in a match? That person walking around talking about, oh, I'm sorry. You guys, imagine being the person that they look to when all that crap happens. Hey, T.O., what are you going to do? This crybaby who goes on Twitter and complain if you mess up is now crying in front of you and doesn't want to get punished after you put it on the website, you put it on Facebook, you put up a banner in the room. Turn off your controller. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's way too. Why didn't they just put an update in the PS4? Why did they wait till a new iteration of a system? You know how many times I've had people cry to me not to punish them after they know the rules, after they got up so hyped from their match that they wanted, they forgot to unplug their controller? But if I make a mistake, they drag me. You know how big of an issue that was? Like you said, I'm a TO. I'm trying to put on an event where two people at several different times at all time can play each other at their best, and a third party messes that up. Now, in the moment, if I'm playing you, Devin, and you saw my mix, and now we have to play again, you're like, yo, I'm never getting hit by that again. Because you're that type of player, right? Some people don't learn this quickly. You might be oh, you hit me with that once? That will never work again, right? What do I do now? Now I've messed up the whole flow of the tournament just because one dude didn't plug his thing out. Why shouldn't I take a game from you the next game you're about to go to? Why shouldn't I put you in losers? You're an athlete, right? This is esports, right? Would you throw your bracket onto the tennis court in the middle of in Serena's match? Does that make sense to you? But you a baby now. You can't turn your stuff off, right? So yes, the PS5 doing that is an amazing thing. It is important. TOs love it. We're gonna always love it. But at the same time, it wouldn't have been necessary if y'all acted like adults. Or even better, not even adults, like sportsmen and sportswomen. Athletes, like you say you are. Like you want the money for it, you put in the work for it. Trust me, I'm sorry, man. This is a sensitive topic. And trust me. There's so many things that have happened. And then when we find them, we're like, bro, your controller's still hooked to the PS4, man. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know it a bit. Crying. Just sitting there looking at them like, and just walk away. Man, it's a necessary thing. It's an amazing thing. There's a lot of stress that I see that it's going to get rid of, not only for the players, but also for the TOs and people watching too, right? And then not being able to hit the home button, amazing. People mash. I can't see any negatives as it pertains to in-game tournament play. to shutting that option off. And with that, I'm done. But yes, it was an emotional topic, and y'all made excellent points, except for pizza and chicken wings.
Bro, I don't know. You know what? We'll let it go. We'll say that for Twitter.
All right, we'll argue through that again. You know, we need it. The stress relief.